Yo, it's Kevin Chase. This is my weekly recap and outlook for DAX, the German index. So let's just get straight into it. This week, we had a bearish week. We opened at 23,862.9 and closed at 22,903.1. If I go into the daily, you can see we had a bearish. What is that? We had bearish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. So a bearish week this week. Before I break this down, first thing first, gotta look at the news. We had a decent bit amount of news. US government was back up, so we had a bunch of news on Thursday at 1:30 p.m. We also had unemployment claims on Monday. Meeting minutes, which didn't really do much because the actual meeting was cancelled. And then Friday, PMI. So let's get into it. So yeah, coming into this week, I was bearish. I mean, I was bullish, so I wanted buys. But yeah, Monday, these were my levels and these are my draws and liquidities, which nothing got hit because obviously bias flipped. So I will delete these. I'll add them back if I need them. I'll leave 25k. But yeah, let's get into this. So Monday, London session. Let's see. Okay, so you see this? This to me just looks like straight Wyckoff. Overbought swing, test, purge, and then sell off, right? So your draw would have been this slow. Prior to this, you're like probably thinking, what did we sweep? We probably swept something here, but probably a 5-minute high. Is that a 5-minute high? I can't tell. I don't think so. I don't think it is, but hey, sometimes you gotta check, bro. Okay, well, I'll call it a high. 15-minute. It didn't super 15-minute high. Super 5-minute high and reversed, but I think it tapped something. On the hourly, we had an order block. Was it here? Yes. So on the hourly, we have this order block. I make it red. But you see this sweep alongside this breaker structure. That's 1 hour order block. Yes, it's humongous. Yeah, like yes, it's this big, but you can see as soon as we tapped into it, we gave this huge reaction. That just shows how powerful it is. But the reason it's this breaker structure and not this one is because it's the nearest to this like where price is right now. So yeah, like this one it didn't touch. I wouldn't say nearest to the sweep, but it's actually that is not nearer to the sweep than this kind of, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's near to where price is right now, and that's with anything, cause yeah. But yeah, that was high of the day. We'll see what time. 8 o'clock. We also tapped something on the 4 hour. So yeah, this was interesting. So we have this big forward failure up that we was fighting in for the last 12 hours. And then we tap the middle, tap this forward inverse, and boom, high of the week. But I also want to check, is this like EQ? Of course it is. And yeah, nice little rebalance, tap into order block, small little Wyckoff, and then boom, sell off. I will delete my top level. My top level did not hold at all. I want to see what Yoke did just in case there was any opportunity to get in this. But were bullish, if you were bullish bias, even then you wouldn't really catch anything. Once we have the displacement down though, which I mean this big 5-minute candle, we just leave behind a 5-minute fair value up, and then EQ tap, and then we just dump. So like there's always opportunities like that. There's always a big displacement that's gonna happen eventually after a purge or after a sweep anyways. Issue is that displacing the manipulation or not. But yeah. New York session, we edged the low. Such a reverse, probably tap something. Yep, I don't know if that was a sweep or a tap, but looks like a tap into this 5-minute inverse. And then goes back down nicely. I want to check if that's OTE. No, not from the high, from this high. Decent OTE from the 5-minute and New York session. 3 p.m. opens. Oh wow, this is kind of clean. Let's see you enter 15 minutes later, right? You're still getting like, I mean, it's a 1 to, this is like 1 to 1's easy, right? But if you can even stretch this out 1 to 2, let's say you entered 5 minutes, it's a good trade. Either way, but yeah, that was Monday. Coming into Tuesday now, here I was mixed bias. Like, the reason being is because yes, we took this low, which is fine. We left behind a daily fairly up, and then Tuesday opened. We have clean ranges here, and we have clean ranges here. So I just want to see what happens. But we also had news on Tuesday, I think. Tuesday was kind of disgusting. Like, now that I look at it, but prior to this, we were bearish on both time frames. So this is continuation model, and then there's also just an order block, which was high the day. This is 30-minute order block. But is this an order block though? What's this high? You know what, show. Is this an order block? If you want to consider it as an order block, you can do, because sweep this high, break below this low, and boom, hourly order block, high of the day. I don't think it is high of the day. Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's just high of the day. Oh wow. So we was bearish, like coming off of this, but we tap it twice, and then this high holds. But we'll talk about how we could have caught this. Let me put a line here. Where is it? 8 a.m. We also had news at 8:15. Was it 8:10? I think it did absolutely nothing. Where we are. So look, 8 o'clock opens. Respect this. This is nice. This is nice. 8:10 news opens. Taps, taps, taps. Goes up. Taps order block. Gives a reaction. Comes back up. Edges it. Pretty much nothing for like until 11 o'clock as a good trade. But even then, this is choppy as heck. This is going. I remember it's like 3 hours for like that 2 or 4 hour candle. It's just going sideways. This is the hourly. Yeah, like 3 hours just going sideways here. Disgusting. But this is nice. It is nice. Boom, and then an EQ tap. It is very clean. And then what else? What else? You look for a 5-minute break of structure. Because you can class this as a POI, it's still continuation model. Both biases are bearish. So you'd wait for a tap into a POI, which would have been this one. We tapped in early. From here, you'd wait for a break of structure, which you would get 4 lows in a row. A retap again. Then we finally break structure. And then we have a fair value gap. So very valid. Boom. Stops above the high if you want. And then next round liquidity, this low. You'd go for a 1-to-1. Another 1-to-1's there. Obviously depends where you entered. Good trade nonetheless. Yeah, that's enough. Coming into New York, we start to reverse at New York Open, which literally happened on Monday. We are not fooling anyone. Nice OT tap at 5 minutes onto open, but New York opens, sweeps this low. About time. And yeah, that completes this extra move down, which is, you love to see it because it's just like a rebalance and a sweep and then move down. This would have been a good TP because we have like 3 equal highs here, so I will just mark this out like this. And lower the day is 3:15. And then price reverses comes for these highs, intermediate highs here, which the breaker structure was at. There would have been a lot of stop orders up here, takes them, goes back down, and yeah, day closes. Coming into Wednesday, this was again decent day. I will go back onto daily just to explain like where I'm at. Here, of course, I'm really bearish, but Wednesday was an interesting one. I actually really like Wednesday, but again, if you're looking at daily closes, yes, we close Tuesday below this low, which is nice, guaranteed bearish, but now we have a small range from here to here. This would have been the next draw on liquidity, so I'll make that green. You have a small range here to here. You see this 60-point range? Good draw. So yeah, coming into Wednesday, let me just mark our London session. Boom. Hourly is bearish. 4-hour would be bearish because I doubt the 4-hour block structure. Let's check. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, 15-minute inverse here is nice, but I will just draw this out. But yeah, this is Wyckoff again. I'll draw it out. Buying climax, automatic rally with the sweep, secondary test, purge. Draw would be this high. And yeah, wow, this is so clean. This timing is really nice as well. I would consider this as an RTO, 4 p.m. and then this is 9 a.m. That's such good timing. What the flip? That's an RTO, return to origin. Yeah, wow. Like you could limit this whenever Wyckoff happens. You can limit the RTO, SL at the purge, and TP at the, and that's a really good trade right there. But yeah, 15-minute failure up, taps in, nice, respected. 15-minute inverse, taps, respected. And yeah, this move here, when we come back for the RTO, is very clean as well. And we also sweep this. I'll delete these circles, but I really like this Wyckoff because of the timing. Obviously, this purge holds low of the day. We come for this high originally. We rebalance the triple highs that was said. We come for that. Let's see which one York does, because you could have probably caught these sells with the bias being bearish as well. So let's see. I look at it on the 1 minute because this is a sweep, but it does look like we break structure. No. I'm just gonna see if you can catch this. We break structure here, failure up, fair value up, not good enough. He is pretty decent. It's just price has moved so much already. But yeah, price just moving back up at 440. 5 p.m. opens, gives a nice move up, and eventually 6 p.m. starts moving it up. And we move hella during like 9 p.m. And then Thursday opens all the way up here. So like PM session moved all the way back up. This is a nice rebalance on the 15 though. This is where was it? That's Friday. Delete a bunch of these, but keep one. It's like a golden pocket. Yeah. It's nice. And then we go, obviously having this drawn liquidity being the Wyckoff, it would not be this one, it'd be this one, right? Also have a bunch of accumulation here. This was for me probably the best trade of the week. London session was arse price action, but for some reason my level did line up here. I will delete it because it was a buying level. I did say we could disrespect it and then go down. That's why I left it. So yeah, I kind of see it kind of did all kind of, but this would have been higher today. This is just accumulation. I want to see what London did. I mean, like I doubt you could have caught this sell down. This is just a 5-minute fair value up. I think this low gets swept. Yeah, I think that's low the day at the time. So like this buy actually is not that bad to this draw. I will get into that at 10 a.m. 15-minute fairly up. Nope. That low got swept, which would have been low the day. Hourly fairly up, tapped. I think there was a forward. Yeah, this forward fairly up. This is the one that I was talking about. The 3 hours for 12 hours. We're just in this. Is disgusting. Like this right here is disgusting. But this is just pure accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. It's pretty much it. But yeah, you could have called this 9:45 sweep. Well, actually, you consider this as a sweep, right? Because there was no sweep there. But we swept, give a fake reaction. I call this a fake reaction where we do this, this. Sometimes we sweep this high and then we go lower. But same thing, right? You do this or we do that, same thing. 950, we give reaction off of this, good OTE levels. 10 o'clock open, break a structure, fair value up right here, and that holds, and we tap into again, and we respect it at 12. And that's another possibility to enter as well with the respection. You enter on the bullish close, or just the break of this high, let's just say, or on this bullish close, but I'll just say break of this high. SL below here, just be safe. You're still getting 6, 7 out of it. But yeah, that's London session. Coming to New York session. Price doesn't move instantly, it moves at 3:30. But I want to see if there's news at Thursday. I think there is 1:30 news. Oh yes, we have this draw, which again, good again for sells. I also want to say this move, I feel like I've seen so many times where price is in a downtrend, price sweeps this and then goes lower. And I can show you last week. This is this week, and that's an example. But see this? This is the exact same thing, except for this high is not over here. But you see, sweep and then continue lower. I want to just show examples of this because I feel like I've done this so many times on this channel. Okay, maybe not here, but I feel like there's been so many London sessions where it's just literally this, or like days where it's just literally this. And this is an order block as well, obviously in the 4 hour. Forward fairly up for order block. You can see the reactions, but we didn't actually move until we tapped into this forward gap slash took the high. And we take the high at 3 p.m. Give a reaction, respect this for 5 minutes. We just induce buyers. And then we sell off. And then again, like, you don't have to top tick, bomb tick. On the 5 minute, we have this huge displacement. And yeah, it's probably not even a chance to enter like up here. But like 5 minute fairly up right here. And then boom. And remember our draw? Yeah, that would have been our TP. And then this draw that I was talking about with this range being clean, your TP would have been there and boom. But trades like this, I would take on the 15-minute bearish close, which is genuinely up here. Like 3:30, yeah man, click sell. But even if you enter like down here, it's still really good. Like, look at this trade. Minimal drawdown, but look at this clean remove. But yeah, that was Thursday. Probably the best trade of the entire day. Like the most pips you're probably gonna get, except for Monday. But I think this moved way cleaner. Like what, four candles rather than four hourly candles, or 1 4 hour candle rather than 1 2 3 4 5 6. Like, come on, you're telling me that's not clean? But yeah, coming into Friday, I want to see like, did I miss Monday? Did I miss Tuesday? No, I didn't miss anything. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Friday London session again. It's just this was us. Rebalance for doing this majestic move. Pretty good rebalance, I guess. This is a good draw, and then I don't really know what you'd buy off of. There isn't much, and you'd be bearish, so you'd be looking for sweeps. I mean, this sell here is not that bad because we have a sweep, respect 5-minute EQ, and then respect 5-minute fair value up, and then close out of it, and then oh, why is this upside down? Close out of it, and then you get 2 out of it, and then what is this? 15-minute, 30-minute? I don't know what the hell that is, but we have this 15-minute failure respected perfectly, and then no inverses, which is nice. And then this one, but this is 15. There's like literally nothing on the 5. This right here is disgusting. As soon as 3 p.m. opens, we just chop all day. But yeah, that was Friday. Pretty bad price action on Friday. I really like Thursday's price action. This was disgusting, but it's just accumulation with the manipulation and then the clean distribution down. So I like that. We had a clean Wyckoff here this week, and then we had a clean selling Wyckoff here. And then I don't know what this shit is, but this here is gonna get rebalance, which kind of already has. And then we've had healthy price action up, which is fine. But yeah, that was this week. Pretty decent week. I like this week. I enjoyed it. Gonna remove all drawings. But yeah, we finally took this low. If you know, I've been talking about taking this low since like we've been over here in July and August and June. Since the lows got placed, I was like, I want this low get taken, and we finally took it in November. It gives us a good idea as to where the year is heading off. We are in a monthly bullish fair value gap. I kind of hope we fill it up, but it's just whatever happens, happens, because like when we're in a scenario like this, it can either go up or down, right? It's either gonna respect it or it's gonna disrespect it. Simple as, and there's nothing you can do. It's just react to how it happens. I do like draws being Friday high. Is it Friday high? Of course. Yes. This I'll make white. I don't want to hide that screen. Well, first row being Friday high because I don't think that's holding. Maybe Thursday high might not even hold either. It's the fact it could hold if price wants to do this. Then this high holds, right? But it could also be that price wants to rebalance this move, and then we do this, and then we don't even take this low until next week. But I will put a draw this low as well. And then the next draws are just going to be the gaps, because I've been talking about these gaps again since August. Like, I've had this draw here for a while, and they just haven't been getting filled, mate. But hopefully now is the time. Like, as soon as these draws again, I think as soon as these gaps are getting filled here on the daily and the weekly, I'm bullish. But yeah, that is pretty decent, pretty decent. I did want to double 23k. It could be low. The month is the 20th November, so it depends. It's all very situational right now. We're in a very pivotal point. But yeah, we tapped into the monthly failure. We'll see what happens. We got a monthly close to see how it reacts, and yeah, but I want it to get filled in completely. That's what I want. But market don't care about what I want, does it? So yeah, coming to levels though, where do I want sells from? Preferably, I will mark out OTE of this high. I mean, that is a bit extreme, but we'll do it. OTE. You know what I will do? I'll put this as a level. I mean, as a job, why not? I can remove this. The only thing is, I do see this happening where we don't even take this high because of the way we sweep this high, close below, rebalance. The chances of us sweeping this and then close it below, so I don't know. I'm not sure, man. But I see it could also just do this and sweep all these highs later on. But yeah, I do know that this is not safe. Like, this is definitely getting taken because this is not healthy. Price action, nothing got swept. These are all weak, and hence they need to get swept. So these are good draws for sells. I also put a level at OT here as well, just show why not. You know what? It lines up with this. So yup. 455.5 and then 828. It's a good level. That makes like 0 cents because I have a draw right here, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, these should be my draws. Keep it clean and simple. This makes 0 cents. Wait, let me change this and then we're good. So draw is this high. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I do see it. You know what? It's fine. I'm bearish. We could get something like this though. You know what I'll do? Just because I said that. Let's put a level in between my levels instead of a draw. 641 points. 642 is fine. No, I like the 641.7. And that's an order block. So I am happy with that. Let's put the order block. No, I like it above. Yep. And then we can keep that. But yeah, sorry. These are my levels and these are my drawn liquidities for the up and coming week. I am bearish. I want something like this, preferably just this. Yeah. Yeah, it's way too many lines, but you get the picture. Something like this. We could just do this, but I hope we don't. I do want Friday side taken at least the very minimum, and then I'm looking for shorts. But if we just pump up as again, it is what it is, and we just come for these highs, I will put a line at 25k because again, I want 25k taken very soon, within the next within the next 3 months easily. But yeah, them are my drawn liquidities. That's my DAX recap. Keep it clean and simple. See you next week.